Hello and welcome to the Home Grow Show YouTube channel. My name is Ethan Brown, and this week I wanted to discuss the topic of lights and the distance those lights should be from your plants. So I've received quite a few calls this week in regards to unfortunately people killing their plants, and it's been a lot of young plants, a lot of clones, a lot of seedlings that have seemed to be affected. And the reason that's happening is because the lights are just too intense for that young plant. That young plant unfortunately doesn't have the root structure to hydrate itself, to feed itself. So everything's going on in the leaves of that plant, and if you have too much heat, too much light, essentially you're just withering that plant, and at the end of the day, you're killing that plant. So in order to avoid that problem, one is choosing the proper light for a young plant like that. That would be a T5 or the fluorescent lights. Keep those a T5 still about 1.5 to 2 feet away from your plant to initially start. As they develop roots and as they start to mature, you're going to be able to bring that light a little bit closer to the plant and get a good feel of where that light should be, so that plant isn't stretching too much or too close to where you're stressing that plant out. So as the plants mature, you're going to want to move on to obviously more intense lights. I do not recommend using a Gavita, those type lights in a home grow. They are super intense, super hot. Great for commercial industrial use, but for a home grow, it's just going to be a lot to deal with as far as managing, the heat and the intensity of all that. You're just going to need high ceilings, and again, a lot of home growers just don't have the ability to do that. So I recommend, anybody in these home grows who use LEDs or HPS lights. If you are using LED, depending on how many lights are in that LED, if it's a 2 bulb, 3 bulb, or a 5 bulb, it's going to determine how close you want that light to your plants. Having a light too close to plants is going to cause burn no matter the maturity of the plant. It may not kill it, but it is not healthy for the plant. I know a lot of people like to get that light right up to there depending on how hot it is. I believe in healthy, happy plants. I don't believe in stressing your plants that way. So keep that light a good distance away, obviously a healthy distance, but a good distance for that plant is still healthy. So an LED, a 5 light LED, you're still going to want to be about 2 to 2.5 feet away from that plant top to make sure that they're healthy. An HPS, depending on if you're using a 600 or 1,000 watt, a 600 you're going to want about 1.5 foot. That 1,000 watt, I would go ahead and 2 feet. And again, I would do that so you're not burning the tops of the plants and you're not creating any heat issues for that plant to get stressed out. I actually, even during flowering, pull my plants up a little bit higher than that, my lights, a little bit higher above the plants than that, usually maybe another 6 or 8 inches. Again, I try not to stress my plants out too much, and I'm looking for healthy and happy plants. So hopefully this helps you out today. Again, using the proper light for the proper size and maturity of those root structures is going to be the most important thing when deciding how you're going to manage your light source. So thank you for following us. Please click the link below. Follow us on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like this video. And hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll see you soon. Thank you very much.